Oh wow. I surprised myself when it works. How are you beautiful tubers doing? It is what day is that? I don't even know. All I know is that we got this happening right here. So we'll see what's happening with it, right? Look at this. It's weird. It's like I don't know if how I am about that. Oh well. Anyway, how are you beautiful tubers doing? There are birds everywhere, Todd. Rabbit, how are you doing? And I pinned this up at the top. Thank you so much, Rabbit. Which you know what? I'm so glad you said it because I don't have my chat on live, and that's something. Crafting Emily, look at this. Love, love, love the Halloween pups. I don't know what this is. All I know is that I saw my parents today, and they watch the news 24/7, and so this was on. So anyway, so I was like, well, let's see what happens tonight. You know, I don't cover presidential stuff, but this is a weird time. We got two things going on. Cool Gamer, what's happening? MLS. He's out there washing his Firebird. That's what he's up to. Oh, MLS, you had a heck of a stream last night, man. That was awesome. Talking trash and truth. How are you doing? Judge Maddie, what's up? Oh, looky here. Pixie Sticks is here. Hey, Pixie, how are you? J Marie, how are you doing? Well, thank you so much, J Marie. And it is always great to have you here. It's always great to have you here. How come I don't see like Miami Spice says hello? Oh, hey, just popped up. How are you doing? Hey, Miami Spice. I heard about it on the news today. This is happening. Can you imagine where that was? Oh my gosh. Um, Jungle Minx, how are you doing? It's good seeing you. Gutter's Pub, awesome. Gutter, I'm so glad to see you back over here. He's gonna get the stink finger. Oh, that's awesome. We do not know what is happening right now. All I know is that there will be a presidential address supposedly in 8 minutes. We'll listen, we'll check out, see what's because there's several conflicts. You know, it was right before all this stuff happened in Israel. They're trying to ramp the Ukrainian deal was becoming a big part of why the Speaker of the House had a vote of no confidence. So I don't know. It's that time where it's like maybe we should pay a little bit of attention, just see what's happening. President addressing the nation. Why I'm not in terms of anything news right now. I'm not either. I can only imagine that it has to do with what's happening in Israel and probably Ukraine. Here's the deal. One of the things I thought about with Israel, I haven't seen anybody say why did U.S. intelligence fail. I mean, we're very close allies with Israel over there. We have intelligence all over the place. Did nobody know this was going to happen? I mean, this is amazing. Let's talk about it real quick. Remember October 7th when the I'm so glad you're here, Gutter. That's awesome. Um, when that happened, it was like 400 people were the initial tallies that were. I hate to say, I hate to wear out unalive, but you guys get it. If you compare that to the population of the United States, that'd be equivalent to almost 25,000 people in the U.S. 9/11 was 3,000. So It'd be 10 times worse than 9/11. Almost. Let's see here. I can't math very well right now. 8 times worse. Irish, how are you doing? Jackpot Springs. I love saying your name so much now that my wife can't say it. Is that not the coolest thing? Oh my gosh. It's yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, listen, I hope you all are doing well. I haven't had a chance to be around the tubes today, man. Holy cow. Stayed up late, later than I wanted to. I was falling asleep. It actually sleep caught up to me. And it just I don't know. Uh he got started when I said jackpot. She got started. That is funny. Guys, Harper is the unofficial party animal of the channel. So, oh, Irish, welcome. How are you enjoying that hump? It's all about the Irish hump, which is actually, I should say, Irish. Irish hump could be a thing. The Irish, Ireland, has the most redheads in the world. We have the most redheads on YouTube. I don't know. And thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships, guys. Check it out. Um, this is oh boy, I just saw one. I thought, I wonder if she would think this was funny. Um, where's my little thing? I don't see it. Iris, I hope you think this is funny.
I'm gonna come.
Thank you so much, Iris, for the gift of memberships. Guys, memberships are you get to Discord, and also we have I don't have my link ready. Oh, guess what? Members, if you go over to the community section of the tab, okay, not only should you be able to find your way into Discord from over there, but there'll also be a link to the expert Twitter account. There's a Twitter community, excuse me, just a community for members of the show. Oh, look at this. So that's the new membership perk, unannounced, graciously given away because I love you guys. I love keeping you guys around. Always trying to find something better and other stuff. Broken Baker. How are you doing? Woke up and saw you on. Will fall asleep to your voice again. Broken Baker's gonna be making some bread, and it's all about the jiggle. So he sent a link to a. Actually, you guys saw that last night. That was actually his thing, the lumberjack. Before I go, just remember that if you sign in through Discord with your YouTube account, you're automatically into Discord. And if not, there should be a link over on the members section. You guys, let me know if there's any problem with those links. And also later on in the membership side, we'll have the link to because you have to be a member for the expert community on Twitter. If you do the Twitter thing, it's an entirely new subset deal. I just keep forgetting to get it up and going. Aren't I great? Not really. And by the way, Baker, congratulations on your stream today. You had a great number over there. Uh, really impressive, man. Really impressive. I'll tell you what, you've gotten so big that I'd just like to send a congratulations to you. And I'm not coming in. That's awesome. And also, I see Eris here, who Eris let me know about this thing. I saw this on Fox News, and I was like, I don't have anything going on tonight. I was like, I just know this is happening. And Eris said, you most certainly should do it. So I want to thank you so much, Eris, for helping me think because I can't do it very well. And look who's here. Drop an orange. Yeah, I love it. Is being feral, does that take generations to overcome, or can you be I don't know. I don't want to get into that conversation. It's pretty deep, I just realized. Uh Ballstorm, you lost Final Jeopardy. No. So sorry. So sorry. Uh oh, and this is I tell you what's something great about Baker. Not only does he know how to make the bread, but he knows how to get the ladies. And he happens to have, during these past few trials, the greatest co-host up there with Jamie. She has a absolutely beautiful voice. She's very intelligent, very quick-witted, and is very kind. She's awesome. Sparky, what's happening, man? I haven't seen you in a minute. Great seeing you back, brother. How you doing? Sparky is a fellow tuber, and aren't you? I think you're in the same state as MG Law. I think so, but I don't want to mention that. I just realized I probably shouldn't. Dictionary Diva. Guys, if you have not had a chance to hear Dictionary Diva on last Sunday night with Shizzy, dude, totally got to check that out. Totally got to check that out. Mimsy, how are you doing? Love the elephant as always. When I see Mimsy in a chat, I always do do an elephant emoji and a heart. She gets her own. Yes, Jamie does have a great laugh. Where'd she go? I was just Diva, that's inappropriate. And I was answering to the nah, don't know where I went to now. Jamie has a great laugh. And then here's Chris Mullen. Don't let the other Australians know your favorite. That's between us, okay? So, Chad, don't tell. Like I saw Pixie earlier. Don't tell Pixie. I love Pixie, but Chris Mullen, I've known her for so long. She got that voice. Oh my gosh, you guys, she has an incredible voice. Oh, there you go. Well, you got to put on the pants. The pants. Look who is here. The beautiful, the talented Caitlin. How are you doing? What did I do? I don't think I did anything wrong. I don't know. I know I'm far behind the chat. No, we're gonna watch here. We're going to take on the. Oh, here we go.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. We're facing an inflection point in history. One of those moments where the decisions we make today are going to determine the future for decades to come. That's what I'd like to talk with you about tonight. Early this morning, I returned from Israel. They tell me I'm the first American president to travel there during the war. I met with the prime minister and members of his cabinet. And most movingly, I met with Israelis who had personally lived through horrific horror of the attack by Hamas on the 7th of October. More than 1,300 people slaughtered in Israel, including at least 32 American citizens. Scores of innocents, from infants to the elderly grandparents, Israelis, Americans taken hostage. As I told the families of Americans being held captive by Hamas, we're pursuing every avenue to bring their loved ones home. As president, there is no higher priority for me than the safety of Americans held hostage. The terrorist group Hamas unleashed pure, unadulterated evil in the world. But sadly, the Jewish people know perhaps better than anyone that there is no limit to the depravity of people when they want to inflict pain on others. In Israel, I saw people who are strong, determined, resilient, and also angry, in shock, and in deep, deep pain. I also spoke with President Abbas, the Palestinian Authority, and reiterated that the United States remains committed to the Palestinian people's right to dignity and to self-determination. The actions of Hamas terrorists don't take that right away. Like so many other, I'm heartbroken by the tragic loss of Palestinian life, including the explosion at the hospital in Gaza, which was not done by the Israelis. We mourn every innocent life lost. We can't ignore the humanity of innocent Palestinians who only want to live in peace and have an opportunity. You know, the assault on Israel echoes nearly 20 months of war, tragedy, and brutality inflicted on the people of Ukraine, people that were very badly hurt since Putin launched his all-out invasion. We've not forgotten the mass graves, the bodies found bearing signs of torture, rape used as a weapon by the Russians, and thousands of Ukrainian children forcibly taken into Russia, stolen from their parents. It's sick. Hamas and Putin represent different threats, but they share this in common. They both want to completely annihilate a neighboring democracy, completely annihilate it. Hamas' stated purpose for existing is the destruction of the state of Israel and the murder of Jewish people. Hamas does not represent the Palestinian people. Hamas uses Palestinian civilians as human shields, and innocent Palestinian families are suffering greatly because of them. Meanwhile, Putin denies Ukraine has or ever had real statehood. He claims the Soviet Union created Ukraine. And just 2 weeks ago, he told the world that if the United States and our allies withdraw, and if the United States withdraw, our allies will as well, military support for Ukraine would have, quote, a week left to live, but we're not withdrawing. I know these conflicts can seem far away, and it's natural to ask, why does this matter to America? So let me share with you why making sure Israel and Ukraine succeed is vital for America's national security. You know, history has taught us that when terrorists don't pay a price for their terror, when dictators don't pay a price for their aggression, they cause more chaos and death and more destruction. They keep going, and the cost and the threats to America and the world keep rising. So if we don't stop Putin's appetite for power and control in Ukraine, he won't limit himself just to Ukraine. Putin's already threatened to remind Poland that their Western land was a gift from Russia. One of his top advisors, a former president of Russia, has called Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania Russia's Baltic provinces. These are all NATO allies. For 75 years, NATO has kept peace in Europe and has been the cornerstone of American security. And if Putin attacks a NATO ally, we will defend every inch of NATO which the treaty requires and calls for. We'll have something that we do not seek. Make it clear, we do not seek. We do not seek to have American troops fighting in Russia or fighting against Russia. Beyond Europe, we know that our allies, and maybe most importantly, our adversaries and competitors, are watching. They're watching our response in Ukraine as well. And if we walk away and let Putin erase Ukraine's independence, would-be aggressors around the world would be emboldened to try the same. The risk of conflict and chaos could spread in other parts of the world, in the Indo-Pacific, in the Middle East, especially in the Middle East. Iran is supporting Russia in Ukraine, and it's supporting Hamas and other terrorist groups in the region, and will continue to hold them accountable, I might add. The United States and our partners across the region are working to build a better future for the Middle East. One where the Middle East is more stable, better connected to its neighbors, and through innovative projects like the India-Middle East-Europe Rail Corridor that I announced this year at the summit of the world's biggest economies. More predictable markets, more employment, less rage, less grievances, less war when connected. It benefits the people, it would benefit the people of the Middle East, and would benefit us. American leadership is what holds the world together. American alliances are what keep us, America, safe. American values are what make us a partner that other nations want to work with. To put all that at risk, if we walk away from Ukraine, we turn our backs on Israel, it's just not worth it. That's why tomorrow I'm going to send to Congress an urgent budget request to fund America's national security needs, to support our critical partners, including Israel and Ukraine. It's a smart investment that's going to pay dividends for American security for generations. Help us keep American troops out of harm's way. Help us build a world that is safer, more peaceful, more prosperous for our children and grandchildren. In Israel, we must make sure that they have what they need to protect their people today and always. The security package I'm sending to Congress and asking Congress to do is an unprecedented commitment to Israel's security that will sharpen Israel's qualitative military edge, which we've committed to, the qualitative military edge. We're going to make sure Iron Dome continues to guard the skies over Israel. We're going to make sure other hostile actors in the region know that Israel is stronger than ever and prevent this conflict from spreading. Look, at the same time, President Netanyahu and I discussed again yesterday the critical need for Israel to operate by the laws of war. That means protecting civilians in combat as best as they can. The people of Gaza urgently need food, water, and medicine. Yesterday, in discussions with the leaders of Israel and Egypt, I secured an agreement for the first shipment of humanitarian assistance from the United Nations to Palestinian civilians in Gaza. If Hamas does not divert or steal these shipments, we're going to provide an opening for sustained delivery of life-saving humanitarian assistance for the Palestinians. As I said in Israel, as hard as it is, we cannot give up on peace. We cannot give up on a two-state solution. Israel and Palestinians equally deserve to live in safety, dignity, and peace. You know, and here at home, we have to be honest with ourselves. In recent years, too much hate has given too much oxygen, fueling racism, the rise of anti-Semitism, and Islamophobia, right here in America. It's also intensified in the wake of recent events that led to the horrific threats and attacks that both shock us and break our hearts. On October 7th, terror attacks have triggered deep scars and terrible memories in the Jewish community. Today, Jewish families worried about being targeted in school, wearing symbols of their faith, walking down the street, or going out about their daily lives. And I know many of you in the Muslim American community, the Arab American community, the Palestinian American community, and so many others are outraged and hearty, saying to yourselves, here we go again with Islamophobia and distrust we saw after 9/11. Just last week, a mother was brutally stabbed. A little boy here in the United States, a little boy who just turned 6 years old was murdered in their home outside of Chicago. His name was Wadiha, a proud American, a proud Palestinian American family. We can't stand by and stand silent when this happens. We must, without equivocation, denounce anti-Semitism. We must also, without equivocation, denounce Islamophobia. And to all you hurting, those of you hurting, I want you to know I see you. You belong. And I want to say this to you. You're all America. You're all America. This is in a moment, in moments like these, when fear and suspicion, anger and rage run hard, that we have to work harder than ever to hold on to the values that make us who we are. We're a nation of religious freedom, freedom of expression. We all have a right to debate and disagree without fear of being targeted in schools or workplaces or in our communities. We must renounce violence and vitriol. See each other not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. When I was in Israel yesterday, I said that when America experienced the hell of 9/11, we felt enraged as well. While we sought and got justice, we made mistakes. So I cautioned the government of Israel not to be blinded by rage. In Congress, to make sure we can continue to send Ukraine the weapons they need to defend themselves and their country without interruption, so Ukraine can stop Putin's brutality in Ukraine. They are succeeding. When Putin invaded Ukraine, he thought he would take Kyiv and all of Ukraine in a matter of days. Well, over a year later, Putin has failed, and he continues to fail. Kyiv still stands because of the bravery of the Ukrainian people. Ukraine has regained more than 50% of the territory Russian troops once occupied, backed by US-led coalition of more than 50 countries around the world, all doing its part to support Kyiv. What would happen if we walked away? We are the essential nation. Meanwhile, Putin has turned to Iran and North Korea to buy attack drones and ammunition to terrorize Ukrainian cities and people. From the outset, I've said, I will not send American troops to fight in Ukraine. All Ukraine is asking for is help for the weapons, munitions, the capacity, the capability to push invading Russian forces off their land, and the air defense systems to shoot down Russian missiles before they destroy Ukrainian cities. Let me be clear about something. We send Ukrainian equipment sitting in our stockpiles. And when we use the money allocated by Congress, we use it to replenish our own stores, our own stockpiles with new equipment. Equipment that defends America and is made in America. Patriot missiles for air defense batteries, made in Arizona. Artillery shells manufactured in 12 states across the country, in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Texas, and so much more. You know, just as in World War II, today patriotic American workers are building the arsenal of democracy and serving the cause of freedom. Let me close with this. Earlier this year, I boarded Air Force One for a secret flight to Poland. There I boarded a train with blacked out windows for a 10-hour ride each way to Kyiv, to stand with the people of Ukraine ahead of the one-year anniversary of their brave fight against Putin. I'm told I was the first American to enter a war zone not controlled by the United States military since President Lincoln. With me was just a small group of security personnel and a few advisors. But when I exited that train and met Zelensky, President Zelensky, I didn't feel alone. I was bringing with me the idea of America, the promise of America, to the people who are today fighting for the same things we fought for 250 years ago: freedom, independence, self-determination. And as I walked through Kyiv with President Zelensky, with air raid sirens sounding in the distance, I felt something I've always believed, more strongly than ever before. America is a beacon to the world. Still. Whereas my friend Madeleine Albright said, the indispensable nation. Tonight, there are innocent people all over the world who hope because of us, who believe in a better life because of us, who are desperate not to be forgotten by us, and are waiting for us. But time is of the essence. I know we have our divisions at home. We have to get past them. We can't let petty, partisan, angry politics get in the way of our responsibilities as a great nation. We cannot and will not let terrorists like Hamas and tyrants like Putin win. I refuse to let that happen. In moments like these, we have to remember who we are. We are the United States of America. The United States of America. And there is nothing beyond our capacity if we do it together. My fellow Americans, thank you for your time. May God bless you all. May God protect our troops.
So what do y'all think? I was trying to take notes, and I was trying to. Oh, by the way, thank you, Flux, for coming over, guys. Flux is she may be a if redheads weren't already unicorns, I would say she may be a unicorn to me because we keep missing each other. It seems like, but no, thank you, Flux, and also I saw something you said there in the chat, which I want to. I'll address that here in a second. I had case for my earbuds. This is why you should keep up with things. You should have them all put in a central location. Oh well. So, what do I do with that stuff? All right. Give it half a star out of 100. Let's see. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I missed one here. I wanted to put up, and this is so fitting too. Someone changes the pins and put him to bed already. Thank you, Big Al. Uh, um, oh, and by the way, I saw MLS said, yes, this is freedom of the press. They can print all the money they want to. That one got me, man. That one was hilarious. DJ Lewis, how you doing, bud? How are you doing? Man, I haven't been, we haven't ran into each other in a while. Notes on what? Trying to keep notes on what all was being said. I really thought it was going to be more about Israel and stuff. I see you, Brett. How are you doing? It's been a hot minute. Um, 100% pre-recorded. All I guess you noticed the splice in the bit. Oh, I didn't notice that. I did not notice that. Oh, that's awesome. And how come I never see Valhalla in here? I think it's his goat scares me, and I just kind of that was pre-recorded. I can hear that in his voice now. That was pre-recorded. So, okay, what is it that that's happening? I thought it was gonna be more Israel based. Um, that's a weird situation that's happening over there. I already said that the attacks that started, it was equivalent. It'd be equivalent to 24,000, 25,000 Americans. Um, sorry, I just MLS. S I knew. I mean, that this is the thing that happens. You're gonna have a response from the United States whenever Israel something happens. Well, I was kind of surprised. I was like, wait a second. I figured he'd start talking about Ukraine, but I don't remember how did he just switch that one over? And then the stuff about Putin's going to threaten people, and he's already said, he's already done it. He's going to start going to, uh, our NATO allies, and we will 100% support our NATO allies if anything is happening. That is it's a lot of accusations that I don't know. I purposely tune out. Okay. I've not been paying attention. I don't know what's been said, what's been done. Uh, but that's a huge accusation. So if he is that something that are we being committed to tonight to a long-term conflict in Eastern Europe? And was Israel just a smoke screen for the bigger issue, and that issue being money, which I thought was very funny that nothing was mentioned about Congress not having a Speaker of the House right now. I don't think they can pass any type of budget. I think that this thing is going crazy. I don't think they can pass a budget. I don't know that for certain. Okay, it's a gut feeling. It's an educated guess, but I don't think they can pass anything that would be a spending. And spending is we are giving somebody else money that they can use our money the way they see fit. Talking about militarizing and start talking about Patriot missiles and different things like that. That's a different conversation we could have about whether or not you can actually build an economy by spending US tax dollars. You have to, that's just redistribution of wealth, usually. Um, Sorry, a lot's going on outside. I had a big day. I'll tell you about it at the end here. So my question is, are we looking at a long-term situation in Europe? And I think this is funny because we're faced. I don't know if the Israeli thing has worked out the way they planned it to. Because right now you're seeing a lot of people protesting against Israel. And I've never seen anything like that in my life. Tends to be the last time anybody protested about it, Israelis was a long didn't do it. It wasn't a positive end. Which also reminds me, does somebody not read these speeches beforehand? The president saying that he flew to Poland and got into a train, a blacked out train in the middle of the night. Hmm. Don't get on a train in Poland or a cattle car. Uh anyway, no, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts. I'm trying to smooth out what he was said and what I also think will be the future without speaking uh, prematurely and saying something that I don't think is the it's not to the best of my decisions. Um, yeah, elephant. It kind of seemed that way. Um, I'm seeing a few guys. So a charity is not an economy. An economy can only exist if there are producers and consumers. If there are no producers, it's a charity. True. Let's see here. He boarded the Polar Express and see Santa. Why does Israel have their own bonds to raise money for the war, or why don't we lend it to them? Why a gift? Hey, and that's something that talking about a gift. That was something that got me. Was it talked about um, aid package going over there? It said fresh water, medicine. So that fresh water is always a politician loves to say clean drinking water. And so that they'll get it if Hamas doesn't um uh, attack it or steal it. I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, why would the aid not be, you know, have a military escort? What are you talking about? It's going to if Hamas didn't seize it, it seems very reckless. Like there's no plan there. Um, just got in from putting the kid to bed. What did President Potato say? A bunch of hyperbole so far. Sending more money to Ukraine it will help Israel. I think was basically it. Um, it's I don't know. Like I said, I've got a lot of thoughts that are going through my mind right now. I'm uh, trying to be cautious with my words. I don't want to say something that I don't think is the best of best statement. Hang on a second. I'm gonna look for something real quick. Today's date. So usually these speeches, Um, they're put up immediately if you can find them. Sometimes they aren't. Um, no, they don't have today's. Hmm. Man, I like this. I like to read the transcript. So, like you guys, like when the what's that State of the Union address? Like I watch it just to see how everybody grandstands, see how many times they stand up and down, but I really don't care. I gotta read the transcripts before it happens, before you see what's gonna happen. Was it me? Oh, hang on here. Yeah, you're the second person, Jado, to say that. Was it me or did he cut out at a certain point? I was, I was trying to write stuff down. I wasn't paying attention that much. Uh, paying attention that much. I was paying attention. I was paying attention to the words, not the video. So I didn't catch it cutting out. This is why college football is great. They never interrupt a game with the president. I saw Miami Spice wanted to. Oh, hello, Lost Connections. I saw Miami Spice wanted to go back to lumberjack videos. Well, yeah, they are. They are always good. Anyway, something's getting ready to happen. It's going to be something big. Um, a few weeks ago, started hearing rumors that uh, 5.56 ammo, what feeds the M16, the rifle on the ground. It's a NATO cartridge. Um, production, U.S. production was drying up. Lake City Armory. It's like they're owned by Winchester. They have they're a or they excuse me, not owned by Winchester. It's ran by Winchester, but it's a government uh facility, I guess, or quasi government. They produce basically all the ammo for the military. And they also produce 30% of the ammo for the civilian market. Uh, the contracts came through when you are any type of government contractor, you have a certain level of you provide a product of a certain level that applies to national emergency, national defense, anything like that. There, a code will be sent in. I think it's probably still fax. You have to have a fax machine to do business with the government. And when that order comes in, it has a code on it, and typed in that code, everything in that facility is supposed to shut down to concentrate on getting whatever is needed for that order out. You'd be surprised how this affects things. Sometimes there's not many producers for a certain item. Springs, wires, I don't know, pen ink. I mean, all this stuff that is so controlled. A government contract is unbelievably in depth. Um, anyway, all this stuff comes in and they have to focus all your orders that you have a contract for to fulfill. They get bumped back, and it's not a contract default. So what happened is the orders start coming in. What was the date? It was gosh, it was last week. So this is probably going on 8 days now. When those orders came in, something like 556, that was the big one I kept seeing on Twitter. So when that one goes through, your ground forces, right? That's the ammunition for the ground forces. that means that they're preparing for a conflict. And it takes so long to restock supplies and whatnot that you have to plan this stuff ahead. Something like that happens, there's something big getting ready to escalate. You can see this anytime there's been a huge troop movement. Honestly, after hearing the stuff today about Putin and how he was threatening the UN and stuff, I really expected to hear that we were going to start moving troops to Europe. We've been de-escalating troops out of Europe for a while. Uh, I mean, we're a fraction of the numbers it used to be, uh, and now uh, it's a I don't know. I figured they were coming in. Yeah, that's what I really expected. I expected to hear that we're going to have a troop movement, and if not to Europe, you're going to see a troop movement to Israel for humanitarian needs. Now, all this is very pertinent because as this comes into the budgetary process, that sort of stuff can become part of it. So, just because it wasn't announced tonight doesn't mean that it won't happen. And as we're going forward into the holiday season, it's chilling. I absolutely hate that. Um, oh wait, hold on. So I didn't see this. There's 2,000 are going to Israel. Okay, 2,000 2,000 Marines, man. That could that's a game changer. 2,000 of U.S. troops is a huge number. It I mean Israel. I forget the number of like how small it is going across, but it's a tiny area, and that's a quite a force of strength there. Now, sure, they're going to be like they're going for humanitarian aid. Hopefully, they're not going just to observe, and they are allowed to protect themselves. Um, Mm. ah, I don't think we're going there, but I do think it's weird how quickly we've been hearing these rumors for so long about the about war hawks and in Washington D.C. These are people that want perpetual war. Uh, International policy is usually about resupplying the coffers of war. These people have huge contracts. They're connected to a military industrial complex. They're huge donors. It's unbelievable, really, how much money is in war. Um, I don't know. They might say, "Where's that Iron Bunny at?" But yeah, war does make money. Um, yeah, I like this last part. DJ says is people need to want to keep their freedom. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad how huge of a thing it is because in war is sold on the promise of peace, and I've said before, I believe in the Teddy Roosevelt doctrine of peace. That speak softly and carry a big stick. So we don't step on people's toes. We're always polite and courteous, but when they mess with you, you wipe them out. Worked in World War II. The problem is, hey, Purple Phoenix, how are you doing? Um, Purple, I was what was I just saw? I was thinking about you. But I wanted to this week, but it's not. I think it was a couple weeks ago. But anyway, I was like, you were like the number 2 channel of like people that they watch your stuff of this chat. I was like, oh, cool. Um, I'll be going to. I may not be. I was gonna say I may be at Bucky's tomorrow, but I may not be. David, I want you to know it does seem a little weird to me that I think about you now every time I go to the bathroom, and that was my idea at Bucky's. That's the only time I think about you. Yeah, it's amazing. I was like, wow, this is, a lot of people come over and check you out. Um, but anyway, yeah, there's a lot of money in war, and my own person, I think there's a lot of money because it's overseas, and all the money you get spent is spent gets blown up. You know, there's no accountability. You don't get to see where it goes. Hey, Nandor, I didn't see you sneak in here. Sorry, guys. You know, I it bothers me when I talk too much. I'm out of touch with the chat. But anyway, so how do I feel about any of this stuff? I want this is gonna be an opinion time. This is where I get in trouble. It's because I don't like talking about this sort of stuff. Maybe I can talk about international stuff. I don't like to talk about US politics. Um I don't know where Ukraine is on a map. I don't know what they do, what they produce. I don't know anything about them. I don't know why that's become such a thing. I know that there was rumors about somebody's son doing stuff over there. There was somebody else who made a phone call over there and got impeached for it. And then somebody else got elected and we went to war over it. I just think it's wild. Ah, yes. Let's start having the fun time. Maggie Best, Bucky's fun. Thank you so much, Maggie. Bucky's has become a sensational place. By the way, it was so funny. MLS, he went to Bucky's when he went down to Texas. Just because of my recommendation. I was like, dude, there's two things. One, you gotta check out the bathroom. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life because they have little lights above the doors in the stalls to tell you if it's open or not. I was like, that's so great. And there's someone always in there cleaning it. There's hand sanitizer everywhere in there. I love the place. It's cleaner than my house. And two, I said, you gotta try the cola there, the Bucky's cola. It's made with pure cane sugar. Oh, so good. He loved it so much, and he doesn't drink soft drinks. But he said he loved it so much. He asked me if I could find some to ship to him. They don't sell it by the bottle. If they do, I didn't see it. I've looked twice. So, thank you, Maggie. And yes, Bucky's. I was hoping to go tomorrow for breakfast. I've not been there for breakfast, but those plans may have been changed. I'll talk about those in a second. So, yeah, we're so glad you're here. Still the cutest avatar on the in the chat. Sorry, y'all. Well, I mean, how do you not say this isn't the cutest little avatar? Look at that. I found a disappointing Bucky's near Galveston. It was a sad, sad sight. Oh, I would love to know more about that. How could it be bad? Yeah. But here's the thing, none of that should be a concern of ours. We used to be self sufficient. It's amazing when you're self sufficient, you don't have to worry about other countries for oil. Rabbit, thank you so much. And I love that you call it supper, by the way. I love that. So everybody, is it supper or dinner for you guys? Dinner was in the South, it was always dinner was lunch. But then I don't know when it all changed. So um you've been to a lot of Buc-ee's, you travel all the time. That is awesome. That is awesome. Like, I really think, like, I'm so new to Buc-ee's, I think, like, I probably would stop every time I saw one. Which I'd do that probably for 7-Eleven. Tennessee, did not have 7-Eleven for years and years and years. I hear they're coming back, but I've yet to see one. Here you go. Corporations took our middle class jobs out of the country, factories that allowed us to be self sufficient for their selfish profit. Taxes. Taxes. Look at the tax cuts that pushed through, the first ones under business tax cuts. There was such a big tax cut, and they weren't big, big. It went into tune with what the rest of the world charges corporations. And companies like Apple gave bonuses to their employees because they had so much excess money that's been sitting in accounts offshore because they bring in the money to the United States. They have to pay such a high corporate tax. That's what people don't realize is it's our tax system. The taxes should not be politics, and even though it is, but it is so it ruins so much. And trust me, Tennessee, oh my gosh, there's so many places where businesses, factories shut down, and now those areas, people just do they get welfare checks and take meth. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's a sad. It's sad. It's sad. I love the small town factory. It's a heartfelt thing for me. I just love it. Yeah, Bucky's or 7-Eleven. Do what? What happened? Depends on who I'm talking to. Apparently, my southern twang came out strong around extended families. Well, that's did you charge them? You should charge them for the privilege. Yeah, we're in a weird nobody expected this to happen. See, this is what the our elections and stuff. It's we're in such a weird time. It's all fear mongering. Everything got shut down because remember we had a pandemic. Everything was shut down. We had no idea if it I think everybody must have perished because there's not anybody working at McDonald's anymore. I'm kidding. But yeah, it's absolutely sad. And nobody wants to address the real problem. So they want to sit here and say, oh, it's this, it's that, or we need to send troops to Europe. If I ever owe taxes, I want to draw a middle finger on my check. So I have a friend of mine. I met Willie Nelson. A buddy of mine got backstage. Um, we knew some people. And anyway, Willie's a cool dude. But my buddy thought it was gonna be so funny. He had Willie autograph a dollar bill because he's like he got in so much trouble with the treasury. He had to pay so much in taxes. He's like, I think Willie will think this is hilarious. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Like that sounds weird. So we're it was like a press event. Like you get to go in, meet, and get your picture taken and leave, right? We're on his bus. And I go in, I'm like, Willie Nelson, man, damn glad to meet you. Happy you got to make my acquaintance. And then um my buddy hands him the dog, goes, well, because he's a huge fan, man. He was like freaking out. Well, how you doing? Dude, he's like, hey, here's my dollar. You should have seen Willie Nelson for he's a little small guy, right? He's kind of frail. And oh, I'll tell you what, Willie's a trip because he's usually tripping. The only thing he had in his bus was one of those. Have you ever seen those banana hangers? And like supposed to hang bananas on so they don't bruise. Well, that's what Willie had. That's true. Anyway, hey Lex, what's happening? So he pushes. I'm like, man, my buddy's just he's like shoving this dollar to Willie. It's like a Daytona stripper, and it's like, what are you doing, man? It's like it's Willie Nelson, dude. Just be cool. And of course he wants to say that I ruined the whole thing. Um anyway, I didn't. He says like I didn't take the right picture. I was like, maybe if you had a real camera. He was trying to get away with like one of those disposal. He thought like, oh, that'd be perfect because he won't lose it or something. I don't know, man. It was weird. My friend's he's a little odd. Yeah, this is true. This is true. So like after the concert, it was oh man, it was like forever they were taking to to see Willie. And his publicist kept coming out saying, okay, well, Willie is doing an interview right now with like Good Morning America. Some bull. It wasn't. And like, take a few minutes. Then he came back out. Willie is recording a song right now. We get on that bus. No, man, Willie been smoking. Oh man, he's just been smoking away. So anyway, it's but yeah, my buddy, he thought it was funny to have him sign the a dollar. That's what made me think about it. You'd put a middle finger on the check. He thought that was gonna be a big thing with Willie Nelson. I don't even know if he has his dollar anymore because Willie looked at him with such disgust that he was completely heartbroken over it. I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, that's not. I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is, right? Oh, guys. So, guys, um, all the talking heads, they'll dissolve everything. They'll figure everything out tonight. and tell you tomorrow what you should think about the president stuff. I don't know how much it was going to happen. I think what we're going to see is Joe Biden represents old thought. Okay. And that old thought, a lot of you guys, you like watching trials and stuff. Like the legal system, judges are always like 10 to 15 years behind in technology. It's crazy, but it's like a meme. It's been known to be that way. The same way, like in DC. Okay. And so Joe Biden represents the old guard, the old thought of, way of thinking and stuff. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I think is it still around? Facebook? I don't know. I'll use it. All the TikTok, man, these things are gonna be lighting up like crazy tonight. And that's gonna affect a lot of opinions. And then now you have a guy who was running for Speaker of the House that lost because rumors are coming out he didn't support a neocon agenda, which means an expanded war effort from America. What's going to happen next? And in the next 24 hours, they're going to tell you how to think. They're going to be like, oh, this is what it'll be. All your news, if you listen to like the tube news, not like YouTube, like where the cool news is, but the tubes, what will happen is that you'll be getting the same thing over and over again. If you want to know the thing that's right, is just go listen to who's that guy? Ben Shapiro. And whatever he says is the opposite is the right way. Ben's a huge neocon. Huge. So Pyramid, how you doing, bud? You saw Willie and Waylon in a small town in Texas? Wait a second, that's a song, isn't it? That happens to you as well, but it's a New York accent. Littlefield, Texas. You know what? I think we're gonna have to go to Dallas. We're gonna have a show in Dallas at Billy Bob's. But yeah, Waco. You know what? Waco has an interesting history, doesn't it? You got that oh, who's that couple that moved in there? The house design couple or whatever. You got them. You've got the Bushes, and you've got the Branch Davidians. It's all such a neat little collection. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. So I had to go check on everybody. Um, so today I went to see my folks, see how they're doing. And I took Brown Dog with me. And uh anyway, is my dad says, boy, his legs sure as healed up, hadn't it? I was like, yeah, it did a good job off. Anyway, get back here to the house. Here comes Mama. Here comes Blue Dog. Brown Dog gets all excited. And he starts running. He gets the zoomies. White Rabbit just says, stop running. Stop it. Slow down. And all of a sudden, we hear, yo. And so, anyway, wait, where'd I go? So, the vet opens at 7:30 a.m. We had all this stuff happening and everything. But man, this one got you. I mean, this hurt. Mm. And anyway, I it's weird. I absolutely felt myself fall apart. We came inside, immediately the first thing you do is we're giving him a pain pill. And we're standing there in the kitchen. And he tries to walk a little bit and he does whatever noise. And yeah, it's the same leg. Same leg. So at that point, my rabbit loses it. And I've never seen her just lose it. And so I walk up, I put my arms around her, I pull her head into my chest. And it was the weirdest feeling because I started feeling stronger. And it made me think about how right when you think that you can't handle something, you find that strength is given to you. And I'm very thankful for that. I'm not thankful for how many times I've had to have that special favor given to me. But anyway, that's what I had to go check on everybody because I noticed that the house was very quiet. Very, very quiet. Um, but they're fine. Everybody's okay. And it's just another thing. So I don't know now if I'll be getting a haircut. I gotta get this awful mop off my head, man. Like I can't hold it's look at this. It's so heavy. Oh, it's awful. But I'll be at the vet at 7:30 a.m. So that's gonna be fun. I saw I don't know. So this is my life now. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Rabbit is convinced that it is, of course, very bad. And I am still holding out hope. It's weird for me to be the one with hope. Uh I'm I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks so bad. And here's what sucks worse is that Rabbit just said, I'm gonna be homebound. I'm not gonna be able to leave the house. I gotta take care of everybody here. That sucked. But we're I don't know. Like I said, we can't say anything. It's weird. It's this is weird for me. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. I never say anything to you guys. I'm not here to bring people down. I hate that. People come in like, man, my life sucks. Okay. Everybody's life sucks. I get that. But y'all remember back in February when his ACL blew? And it was me that was here by myself with him. And I was like, guys, I don't want to make this phone call. I don't want to call her. She's gone. She's out of town. And I gotta be like, I broke your baby. I broke your puppy. She was so good to me. Because like where she didn't have service very good. Very didn't have very good service. So she didn't get the message till the next morning. And she called me. She's like, and I thought I got through the message perfect. She said she heard my voice and couldn't listen anymore and asked me what happened. She said, your voice was so terrifying. I never want to hear that again. And here I am now. I was like, well, at least I wasn't home by myself. Is that the worst thing in the world? I'm thinking, at least I had somebody here. But anyway, it's I think somebody just had dreams. It sounded like a dog and they're going like running. But anyway, yeah, it's so that sucks. It changes a lot of stuff for tomorrow. But tomorrow night, Friday Night Live is still supposed to be Wacky Hat Night, where you're whack. And that's all I know. Wear your wacky hat. I have three. I got three things for this. Very excited over here. Very excited. Yeah, it did seem like I think the West Bank was how they hid the rest of it. I think that if Americans, I think everybody would upset if it was just like, oh, we're going to talk about Ukraine now, and it was a money grab speech. and that's what it boils down to. You just want money for Ukraine. It just so happened that here's the thing: the grift was on Israel to get money for Ukraine. It's shameful. That's my final thing. You know what? Like, quit thinking I'm a lot better. Anyway, yeah, floppy hat, floppy. We watched a lot of lumberjack videos last night, Volstorm. You'd have dug it. The Viking wood splitting sword. I want one of those. Anyway, yeah, guys, I've read every one of your messages over here, and I'm sorry that I didn't stop and address them. Um, I um, I don't know. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, you guys, this is a family here. It really does. I don't like, we get every once in a while we get somebody toxic, and there's you. They're not allowed behind the velvet rope. So yeah, this is the thing that I need to check out. Wait, who was there? Oh yeah, by the way, hey Ms. K Griff, how are you doing? You know, Ms. K Griff has some of the sassiest comments there are. Um, I like it, Dave. That's funny. Oh well, I don't know. But so okay, so anyway, let's talk about what's happening in the future. Let's talk about some good things, maybe. Um, father-in-law's doing really good in physical therapy, getting up and walking. So that's nice. He's watching Blue Bloods right now downstairs. I have two hip patients, brown dog and father-in-law. Oh no. Well, no, actually, you know what I say? Oh yay, because hopefully that means you're going to be out partying and dancing in 3D. Wasn't it the honey badger doesn't care? Hey, that's true. I forgot about that. He did pre-record them, then hand them off to like 5 or 6 different people. Yeah, she's already seen them all, I think. Oh, and also, she's big into The Bachelor, The Golden Bachelor. Are y'all watching that? That's a big thing around here. Golden Bachelor. I'm not watching it, but I'll probably get sucked in for a few episodes. So anyway, guys, Crazy Hat Night, Friday Night Live. Seems like that's gonna be a go. Um, and then what's happening Saturday? Tennessee plays Alabama in Alabama, so there'll be no traveling. Thank goodness. Um, who's Eli Hunter? Oh, duh. Eli Hunter's- Oh my gosh, I don't know why I had such a hard time with that, figuring that one out. Jeez. So maybe Saturday we'll do something fun. I don't know. It's a 3 o'clock game. Maybe I'll just watch it on here. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know anything good. Um, then we start back up again. Next week's the Halloween show, 1 week from tomorrow. And I need to talk to White Rabbit about that. I don't know. There's a list she has. It's ridiculous. You guys are all excited about it. That makes me excited. We may have to think of some other things we can do to include everyone because Halloween is fun. Halloween starts the holiday season. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm never out of the holiday season. It's it's a new outfit. It's all it is. All it is a new outfit. We start wearing turkey clothes after Halloween. Dress up like a turkey all the time. That's nice. Um, oh yeah, elephant. Something made a noise. I'm going to ignore that. List is what's everybody around here loves list except for me. Yeah, I don't do them. White Rabbit does it. Miami Spice is big on doing list. Caitlin does. Bachelor Life, I had heard that. I had heard that. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, let me go ahead and do what I wanted to do here. Well, there's still 19 people watching the presidential stuff. We're part of that 19. I need to. I need to. Oh, I gotta get rid of that sound. Trying to do something fancy. You know, the fancy stuff. I don't think I can do fancy stuff. No way. Well, I don't believe this. Sorry. Trying to do stuff in the back rooms and stuff. Just hate it. Absolutely hate it. Let's see if this works. Maybe it should. Maybe it won't. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Oh, cool. All right. So, hey Gia Twins, how are you doing? I am so glad you're here. Wait, did someone say list? Yes. I love that. I absolutely love that. You have a list for your list? Holy cow, how do you guys do this? Like, I took notes tonight from the, here's my problem. If I take notes, then I remember everything. And so I never go back to check my notes. So they just kind of become like, clutter. And then, like, I get a collection of notes. I'm like, I need to get rid of these, but I don't because then I think I might need to read those. They might have something genius on there. And I never get around to it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm horrible. Well, hey, I'm glad to be caught. I'm glad to be caught. Oh, hey, this is okay. I'm old school. I've got a paper planner, post-its, and those long paper grocery list thingies. Let me tell you what, the post-it note, I absolutely love. I absolutely love post-it notes to the point where I don't have them anymore because I just keep writing on them and I don't know what I write down. A lot of you guys ever do that? You write down something, you go, what did I write down? Sometimes I can't read what I wrote. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense. It's much like a show here. You don't know what's happening. I'm like, why are we talking about this? What's going on? Um, Dave, wait till you get to my age. You gotta take notes to survive. I already feel like I need a whiteboard to remember what I need to be doing on the way in and out. I hate this. Like it's like, oh, get organized on your phone. And so there's like a to-do list. I've done like 3 to-do lists recently, and I forget about every single one of them by the next day. I'm like, why am I doing this? And it's like, oh, we'll send you notifications. Well, I have all my phone notifications turned off. I have my phone on do not disturb. So how's that gonna work? How are they gonna notify me? It's silly. What they ought to do is see if like those like the series and stuff and like the Alexas and stuff, if they worked, they would remind you just out of the blue. It's like, hello, sir. You have you usually have this today. But not, you gotta put stuff in. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh, my desk at work is covered with post-it notes. I'm gonna get yelled at soon. I put them around like my computer and stuff. Mm, I wasn't breathing. I put them all around here, and then they fall, and then I'm like, I don't know what I'm reading. Danielle, how are you doing? I'm so glad to see you. Hey, so speaking of a day planner, you guys ever anybody use a pocket organizer? Any of you guys? It's like big on the like everyday carry types thing. And like a little, it's kind of like a wallet, but they have like those write and rain notepads in them. I used to always be big about never leaving the house without a notepad. Now I don't leave the house. But anyway, I think about like one of those things might be pretty good for me because I got so much stuff in my pockets. I need, man, I'm carrying like a flashlight and like keys and knife and all that stuff. Carry a lot of stuff. I need, no, no, as in like, do not use the post-its. What? You have daily, weekly, monthly, yearly to-do list? Can you teach this? Because I need to find somebody to take a lesson from you and do it for me. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Elephant. Can I just send you messages to remind me of things? That's what I need. I need a reminder person. Don't ever, by the way, if you guys send me something, make sure it's only a couple sentences. I won't read it. I'm awful. I hate everything. I'm a horrible person. I'm trying to get better. I really am. I'm conscious about how bad I am. Anyone remember those handheld personal data assistant things? Um, like the precursor to the phones, to the iPhones. Yeah, I was always like, what are these people doing these things? Oh, I'm put all my contacts in here. I was like, I write all the contacts on my wall. You guys probably don't do that either, huh? Yeah, I forgot. I'm not allowed to write on walls since I got married. I think it's a great place to put notes. I have notes and counters on my phone, iCloud. Yeah, I've got all that. Don't know how to use it. You're not a child liver. Yes, I wear cargo shorts. That's what everything's for. So, like, I didn't realize how much Miami Spice knew me. Like, she actually pays attention, which is weird. Wait, where did this go? Hold on a second here. Oh, here you go. Was it? It was this first time for me today, but it weirded me out. I was like, "Where the heck is the expert? Oh my gosh, why is he not back? What I miss? What happened? What I do?" Anyway, yeah. Miami Spice said that to love me is you have to love all of me. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. Hey, wait a second. Hey, we got Kaylin. Is Kaylin? Are you still in the chat? It took me a while to figure out what blackberries were. I was like, fruit, those things. Caitlin, are you still here or did you leave? Because she probably should be leaving. Yeah. Yeah. Remember, we're telling people I went to law school to become a YouTuber. Okay. Because we're going to tell everybody. Oh, geez. All those. A lot of blood orange margaritas in the parking lot. I know someone who loves lists, has one for every day. The first two things of daily is never looked at his list again. That is awesome. That is awesome. Helen back. And by the way, hello. What happened? YouTube keeps stopping your stream for me. That's awesome. You didn't notice. It's like, wait a second here. Yeah, it's like to hell and back. Like, hold on. Would they forget if they didn't put the poo in the beep beep? Did they just forget to? Because like that's not a scheduled event. That's just like, like it's priority. It's a priority event. Guys, listen to you're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna make it through. I apologize for my weirdness. Jacob Castro, what's up, man? You t- so um just tell somebody to remind you to do whatever it is, you'll remember it every time. I tell people to remind me things all the time. I don't remember it. It's really bad. In my defense, I was having a kitty issue. If you'd have watched, oh, yeah, you were watching that the lumberjack stream last night, you wouldn't have the kitty issue. I'm going to hell. This is why bad things happen to me, guys. I want you guys to know something. I want to talk about somebody real quick. So last night, I think it's gonna be next Wednesday now. Wi-Fi Chrome, Waifu Cron, the redhead chick, is she's gonna come over and hang out. And I'm gonna ask her questions about her life. I said, yeah, I want to interview you. Reason why is because the one of the times I was on, I realized that she has a she sees things in a very enlightened vision, and I appreciate that. And I don't know how many people have picked up on it, what I picked up on. I just want to talk to her, see how it goes. She seems pretty cool. I mean, I've talked to her, but like it's always we're goofing off, right? And anyway, but right now she has got our dear friend Caitlin comments on her stream, and she's gonna be interviewing her. So I'm going to send you guys over there to say hi. Please say hi to Caitlin. Please say hi to Waifu Wi-Fi. Call her Wi-Fi Chrome because that's what she meant to name herself. She didn't know it. She didn't know me yet. She didn't know her name was going to get butchered because I can't pronounce things. Words are too hard for me. Yes, she is awesome. She is awesome. But anyway, yeah, just give her a thumbs up, give her some hearts, and tell her to have fun. Um, and I'll be over there. I'll be watching. I'll take the trash out. I'll be back, and I'll be sitting there. We'll all be having a good time, and I'll say hi to y'all there. And on that note, because she is a redhead,